Hey everybody, and welcome back to Baking with Joy. Tonight I'm going to show you a real simple recipe. If you love chocolate, you'll love this. If you remember my video back a few months ago, I showed you how to make homemade chocolate pudding in the microwave. Well, tonight we're going to make a chocolate pudding cream pie. And normally you would make this pie in a just a regular pie shell, and the egg yolks, the yolks and the whites of the eggs that you would separate, you will use the yolks to make your pudding or your filling for your pie, and the whites you would use to make your meringue for the pie. Well, tonight we're going to do this a little bit different. I have a 6-ounce graham cracker shell, and we're going to just make this homemade chocolate pudding, and we're going to put it in this graham cracker shell. And instead of making a meringue go on top, I'm just going to decorate it with some cool milk. It's very simple, but I want a little different taste other than the traditional pie shell meringue type pie. So this is going to be a chocolate pudding cream pie, homemade. So in this little mixing bowl, and by the way, since this is a 6-ounce pie shell that is small, I've halved the recipe. So I have some cocoa, sugar, and cornstarch in this bowl. This is our dry ingredients. And I'm just going to give this a good whisk together. Okay, that's our dry ingredients. And in this bowl, I have some evaporated milk, a little bit of water. I have equal amounts of the evaporated milk and water. And I have a couple of egg yolks. I don't know if you could see them down in there. And I just discarded the egg whites because we're not going to make a meringue. But I'm just going to whisk this up and get my milk and eggs mixed up together. And then we're just going to take the milk and the eggs and combine it into this dry ingredients. Like I said, I'm halving this recipe because this is not but a 6-ounce pie shell. But you could actually make this chocolate pudding mixture and use any type of pie shell you wanted to. You could use the traditional pie shell that you would bake in the oven. Your pudding will already be cooked. We're gonna stick it in the microwave. And the key is just to mix your dry ingredients and your wet ingredients together till there's no lump, and it's a smooth mixture. But like I said, you could use any kind of pie shell. But the traditional old-fashioned chocolate cream pie uses the traditional pie shell, and like you could make your own pie shell. But we're going to use the graham cracker crust. You could use an Oreo chocolate cookie crust, or you could use just the different types of pie crust. They do have a walnut, I believe, or a pecan crust. Okay, so we've got everything mixed together. So all we need to do is pop this in the microwave, and I'm going to pop it in the microwave for about 3 minutes. And when we come back, we'll see if it's thick enough, and if it's not, we'll give it another good whisk and then microwave it some more. So we'll be right back after 3 minutes. Okay, everybody, we're back after 3 minutes. Because we cut our recipe in half, it usually takes about 6 minutes total to make your pudding, but after 3 minutes, I just want you to see This is pudding consistency. And I've got about a tablespoon of butter in here. You don't want to put your butter in here when you cook it in the microwave. After it's finished cooking out of the microwave, you'll get it out, and that's when you'll stir in your butter. And it makes this pudding creamy. And you'll just give it a good vigorous whisk. And you'll want to add just a touch of vanilla extract. And also whisk that in. And I'm just going to get a spoon here. Okay. Make sure my pudding and my butter is completely stirred in. And because this is hot, I'm going to handle it with this pot holder here. Now, if you can see my pudding here, what I'm going to do is just put this pudding, pour this pudding up in this pie shell. Okay. Kind of made a mess with the pot holder. So we're just going to smooth it out here in the pie shell. And what we're going to do is just let it cool off a bit before we add the whipped cream on here. And I'm going to use a little piping bag and just cut off the end, but it needs to be cool before I put the Cool Whip on there, or the Cool Whip will just melt. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes when this is cooled off. Okay, everybody, we're back, and our pudding is cool to the touch now. So I know the Cool Whip will not melt. I put some in a piping bag. Made a bit of a mess, but I don't have a piping tip. I just put some in a piping bag and cut the end of the piping bag off. And I'm just gonna dollop some here, all the way around the pie. And let's see, one last, and there we go. Simple, it's just, excuse me, let me get a paper towel and get that mess off. All right, right here I have some mini chocolate chips that I'm just gonna drop here and there, that I thought would be a little nice finishing touch. Let's see, I think, okay, now let's see, that one was upside down. Okay, and there you have it, chocolate, old-fashioned chocolate pudding pie. And I hope you try this recipe. Now all we need to do is put it in the refrigerator and let it chill so it'll be further set up. I won't cut a piece right yet. But I hope you try it. If you want an old-fashioned chocolate cream pie, it's so easy to do. Make your pudding in the microwave and just stick it in a graham cracker shell, or you could use the egg white, the whites of the egg to make a meringue and put it in a regular pie shell and bake it in the oven for a few minutes so the meringue will be nice and brown. Okay, everybody, until next time, this has been Baking with Joy, and have a blessed night.